meeting. Hopefully you all saw this, that it is recording, so we will be recording it and sending it out to anybody that registered. So I can see everybody's shiny faces.
There we go.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see
Hello.
everybody. Good
Woo.
afternoon.
Can everybody give us a thumbs up? Can you hear us okay?
Awesome.
Excellent.
We love it. Okay, great. Perfect.
Also loving it. We're gonna go ahead and keep everybody on mute. We're gonna go through a bunch of our information that we have, and then what we'll do is we will stop sharing the PowerPoint, and we will open it up to questions because we know you all have some questions, and we want to make sure that we're having a lot of time to be able to answer those for everybody. As you know, it is recorded just because we want to make sure that anybody who couldn't come, I think Don, you might have said
Yeah,
this, but
it's, we're gonna send it out to people that
sending
weren't
it
able to
out.
attend, so.
so as new people come in, just so everybody knows, that's why we are recording.
Okay.
So
All right.
what's going on?
We are gonna record, and we're gonna do a presentation in just a minute, okay, Amanda? So we're gonna mute
Okay.
we're gonna keep everybody muted for now. And then we will open it up for questions and comments afterwards, okay? But if you can let us
Okay,
get.
sorry about that. I was
that's okay.
in the middle of something.
No problem. Here comes a few more people coming in to the waiting room. So we're just gonna, sorry, it took us a second. We're in a different location today. We're in our Scarborough office. Not at camp.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell that.
Yeah. All
Alrighty.
There we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna share our stuff. Doo-doo-doo. Oops, I need to allow myself to share stuff.
Technology is great, isn't it?
Okay,
All right.
so everybody see that?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Excellent. Perfect. Here we go. Well, shoo.
2022.
2022. We're so excited to be here talking to you guys about what's going to happen this summer. You know, we know things are going to be different, but we're ready to get started again, even if it's on a smaller scale. So
Yeah.
we'd like to just have everybody come together and be on the same page with us. So
Yes, and I'm sorry, did we introduce?
no, I don't
Liz?
think so. A lot of you have
Ooh,
gotten
you're
emails
ahead.
from Liz. Liz is part of our marketing and development team and is part of our team too. So you get all those great notes from camp and other things that are with Liz, but so.
Yeah.
Nice to meet all of you.
All right, so here's where we're going. We'll kind of just, oh, I don't know if my computer's gonna be.
Uh-oh.
Well, there it goes.
There we
Okay,
go.
so I know you all have been with us before. This is for returning families. So if any of you are new families, we
Yeah.
apologize. There will be another session happening later next
Next
week
week.
on Monday. But we have fully and totally and completely made our transition to being a year-round program. So we are no longer just a summer camp, which is very, very
Super
exciting for us.
exciting. We've been talking about it for a long time, and actually these last couple of years have given us the opportunity to do that and create year-round programming that actually works and can be supported by what we're doing at camp. So
Yeah. And we
I
are
know
wi-
you guys have talked about it for a while, so
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks.
that's why I was so excited.
Great. Yeah. So our staff, we've grown year round, but also our staff has grown and changed a little bit over the last couple of years. So you know me, Dawn, I'm the camp director.
Yeah, and you know me, I am Mary, the assistant camp director, and I see Lori. So
Lori
I'm
Chess is
gonna
right there. Yeah.
have
I
her
like
unmute
her.
and say hello to everyone. Say hello, Lori. No, she's just gonna smile at us. This is her nightmare.
There we go. I'm coming. Hi, everyone.
And for
So,
those of you that know or don't know, Lori is our camp relations coordinator, and she is the one that to call when you have questions about Camp Minder, about just about anything. So she keeps us all organized and we really appreciate Lori. So as of Monday, drum roll please, we have a new assistant director starting. His name is Nate. He's coming from a outdoor education background and we are super excited to have him here. So you guys will all get to meet him this summer as we go through. And then joining us also last year, a little after this time, kind of in the spring, was Casey Cook, who is our lead facilities coordinator. You guys will get to meet Casey. Casey also, we just had hired a new staff person this week. So Josh Gilbert is our other facilities coordinator. And so we're super excited to have both of them on the team. Both Josh and Casey have backgrounds in our fields. So it's really nice, even though they're doing the facility side of things, they also get the programming side of pieces, and you'll probably see them all over the place doing different things. So we are super excited to have all of our new folks, and we can't wait to have you guys meet the full new team.
Yeah. All right. So as we know, I think it's important for us to remind ourselves, it's been a while since we've all been together. Our focus, has not necessarily changed, but it's definitely expanded, and us trying to do as many things as possible, open up access to camp as many, months of the year as we can, and getting as many people down the hill as possible. So that 4-season impact is really important to us, and we will continue to keep safety at our forefront. So that is another one of the reasons why, again, we're running at a little bit of a smaller capacity this year, because we want to make sure that what we're doing right. And we're setting everybody up for success, ourselves, you all, our camp staff that are coming into work this summer. We want to make sure that everybody comes in and is set up for success. So
we keep everybody safe, just like always, but really with the big focus on that. So,
yep. So speaking of that team,
I know what a great team we have.
We are super excited about our staff that are coming together this year. We have a ton of international staff that are going to be joining us from the UK, from Jamaica, that both are returning and new staff. So we are bringing that international staffing component back again this year, which is amazing for us. You're going to see some new faces, some old faces, tons of teachers, staff members. There are people with outdoor education, just people that just want to come and really believe in what it is that camp does and are excited to make that happen for all of us.
And even some of the new folks, the older folks that have been around are doing some new roles. So it'll be good to see them in different places. And it's great that we really have those folks that continue to come back year after year. So yeah, super excited. All right.
So now we're getting
COVID
into
policies
it.
are the big things that everybody has been asking about. I know that it's been a really tough, and it was been really challenging because we do such short sessions. We know that we need to have still some pretty stringent policies in place for right now. So we decided to start out requiring that everybody be vaccinated if you're going to sleep overnight at camp. It's really important. The medical team felt that that was the best way that we could know to kind of keep people safe when they're coming together, having to be in the same space and sharing, bunk areas and that kind of thing. So vaccinations will be required, and as well as, being fully vaccinated with a booster if you can do it. So if people have questions, they can always call me about that. We decided to go with a reduced number of campers at camp in the cabins this summer. We felt that that was the best way for us to really be able to spread people out in those areas. We're super lucky to have the buildings that we have and they have great ventilation systems and things like that a lot of camps don't have, but we still know we need to kind of spread people out more than the 3 or 2 people in a bunk area that we normally have. So we're going to function at about 60% capacity, which means that instead of having 90 campers per week, we're going to be looking closer to like 55, 56, 57, right around there. So unfortunately, that's just how we have to run it this year and see how it all goes. We're really hoping that things are going to turn around and move forward with all this COVID stuff, but we know it's still there and we want to make sure everybody is safe. So that's, if you guys have questions about that, that's the big piece that we knew we had to do. We're still requiring that people wear a mask if they can't be socially distanced in a space and wear a mask inside our building. So when we have had any programming recently, we've, if we're in the dining hall, we all wear our masks. If we're working in a program area, we wear our masks. So we try to be really careful about that, and things may change, but right now that's what we're going to go with for this point, at this point. And we'll keep looking at that mask policy. I know things are changing almost on a day-to-day basis at the moment. And as an organization, we'll continue to make the best choice for everybody's safety at camp. So right now, that's what we're saying, and that's how we're going. So if people have questions about any of our COVID policies, I'm always available to talk about those things with people. You can call me afterwards, send me an email, whatever you think. So that would be the best way to talk about the nitty-gritty of that part of it.
Yep. All
All right,
right.
here we go, moving forward.
So,
So many new things at camp.
it's been so
The
many
list kept
new
getting
things.
longer and longer.
I know, we kept, obviously, we didn't swing the gate in 2020 and we kept going and we kept creating new programming. We have been so blessed with really generous donors that have stepped up to the plate and really allowed us to expand our program opportunities. So this year, if you haven't been to camp in a couple of years, you're going to see some new things, and that includes an adaptive biking program, which we're really, really excited about. That's going to continue to kind of expand and grow, and all of our staff are trained on that, and there's tons of opportunities for people to participate in that.
In 2019.
Yes, 2019.
Right after everybody
Wild.
left camp, we built a brand new barn. So we have an actual permanent barn structure that houses our chickens and our goats. And then the donor that did the barn was so excited about that. They also decided that we could use a greenhouse. So we have a greenhouse will be finished by the time we get to camp. Right now, it's a little partially finished, but we'll have a greenhouse program. So not only so we're going to have all kinds of opportunities for growth around those two areas.
Yeah.
So we're super excited to have people be able to come in and take care of the animals. We have chickens that lay eggs all the time. We have some ducks that we didn't have before, and we still have our goats.
Our little goaties are still there. In addition to that, El Bean has been super generous with us and allowed us to expand the number of trails that we have. So you all kind of know that we have that Adam Bailey trail that happens down on one end of camp. We have the trail that goes out to the overnight and the tree house on one end of camp. And now there's one big, huge, giant system essentially that kind of takes you around. I think we went from 1.5 miles up to 3 miles.
Yeah,
now.
3 a little bit. And then this summer, we're adding another
Yep.
piece of it that will connect the nature trail to the big pasture when you first come into the camp, to the camp road, and then back in. So it's super exciting. LL Bean has been a great partner with us to be able to do that. And there's another trail that goes from behind the treehouse entrance all the way up to the big 5 bay. So there's another whole area that people have never seen and goes over to the barn. So exciting.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about our new full-time staff members. That's going to allow us, we're bringing Camp Pinecone back. We have a ton of day programming that we have started that person is going to take over, Nate. As well as some additional programming that is just, again, allowing us to expand impact, allowing us to move into those year-round opportunities. So if summer, you're coming, you love it, you want more, we have opportunities now in the fall, winter, and spring. Okay. So remember that there's a lot of opportunities to engage with camp.
Yeah.
all
What
year
happens
long.
in the winter, people always say.
Right?
We just had a group out yesterday, and we were ice fishing and snowshoeing. And so it's so many fun things to be able to do out there every season. So,
Yes. I am just going to double check that no one is waiting in the waiting room.
oh yeah. Yeah.
All right.
No,
Well, still
looks
good to
good.
go. All right.
All right, here we go. Moving on.
So those programs that we talked about, we in April, so if you're looking for an opportunity to engage with us, sooner rather than later, in April, we have another week of Pine Tree Camp to You happening. That is during kind of like the April vacation, kind of that school break system that happens, but that is open to everyone who wants to participate. It's still 5 activities.
Now you
It
can
comes into a box, and then you get to do a Zoom every single day and do those activities with everyone. Those activities change, so they are completely new. We have upped the quality, we have upped the opportunities to be able to engage, and that is open to both kids and adults.
And most of the activities encourage you to not just do an activity and sit at a table, but actually get outside and do something too.
Yeah,
So,
especially in the springtime.
yeah, lots of great ones.
Yes. We have our overnight sessions, both for adults and kids. Like I mentioned, sorry,
Nope, go ahead.
what were you gonna say?
Nope, I was thinking of you. No, I wasn't saying.
We
Sorry.
got it. We're on a roll. We have Camp Pinecone, which is coming back, which is very, very exciting. So we actually expanded that program. So now we are doing 2 weeks for 5 to 12-year-olds, and we have added a new week for 12 to 16-year-olds. So again, that's our day camp. That's going to be happening in July.
Yeah.
Take family camping on.
Sure. Over the last couple of years, and actually for a while with Cabin 6, we've realized that how important it is for families to be able to come to camp and see what happens at camp and get used to us at camp. And we know it's so important. So this past summer, we kind of opened it up and we did 6 different family camps. Most of them were on the weekends, but we also did them at one during the week. And so this year we decided to keep that. But it was a great way, as I was going to say, it was a great way for people to come together as a family and really get to understand why it's so important to your camper to come to camp. And we had multiple generations of people come. We've had, people that live in combined living situations that come with staff. And so it's not just the traditional family that family is a broad-based term that we use. But this year we decided that we would add a full week of family camp. So we have a week in August that is just for family camp. So you'd come, same thing, Tuesday through Sunday, but you'd be able to stay there the whole time and you get assigned your own space in a cabin and still have meals prepared for us, just like we do at regular camp. And then all the activities and all the choices that we'd have, even activities. It's such a lot of fun. So
yeah. We also recognize that family is whatever you define it to be.
Yeah.
So if you just want to get a group of your friends together and you want to come and do a cabin, that's great.
Mhm.
The only thing that's different with the family camp is we don't provide the staff that are actually in the cabin. So let's say you needed some sort of care attendant or somebody to come and kind of help with that piece of it. They're also allowed to come, but it doesn't just have to be, that quote unquote family. It's whatever it is that you
create a
define it to
family.
be. Yep.
Create a group of people that you
Lots
want to
of
come to camp with.
opportunities.
Yeah, it's awesome. So then we also brought back like we were saying earlier, our overnight camp. So I think you guys all heard about that when we talked a little bit about some of the ways that we're going to do it. So our adult sessions are full and we have quite a big list at this point. So if you've gotten an application in, you'll be finding out soon. I know I sent an email out last week and we will be able to do that. I know, sorry, Amanda, I could see you giving me the thumbs down. That's what happened. It went quick this year, but we also have some openings for our kids sessions. We're going to do 3 weeks of adults, 3 weeks of children's sessions, just like we typically do. So that's what overnight camp is going to look like. And we kind of talked a little bit about how it's going to be different, but
yeah. We have our Adventure Day Pass program that's still going to be happening later that last week in August. There is going to be 3 days that we're going to do for that. So that again is that program where if you want to just come and hang out at camp for a day, do all the activities that you would do, in an overnight session, but you just kind of do it during the day with your family or whoever you want to come with. That is still going to be open and that expands into the fall. And that's also what we do in the winter.
Yeah.
And then we do have our 2 specialty camps here, that Camp Communicate program, which is for kids who use communication devices and their families, as well as Sign Tree Camp, who is for adults who are deaf, who also have intellectual impairment. That is open. And then actually the program we don't have on here is our one for teens who are deaf that we're planning still. But lots and lots and lots of opportunities to engage with camp. So don't be discouraged if for some reason you don't get in the summer. Remember, there are other opportunities to participate, including in that family camp weekend or week.
Yes, so many choices.
The family camps also extend into the fall. I know some of you probably had seen that on the application.
Yeah. And winter.
And winter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how will this summer be different? We know it's going to look a little different for things. So we are actually going to plan more time in for transitions and for programming.
Yeah, I think we wanted to make sure that, again, it's all about coming back in the right way, making sure that we're focusing on the things, which is, again, those relationships that we've built over the years that we just want to bring people back together. So we're just kind of expanding our schedule to maybe move at a little bit of a slower pace for everyone, and, ourselves included, to be able to allow people to truly engage in the activities, not feel rushed, not feel like we're going to have to go to the next.
But really come and absorb it, be at camp and just get back into that swing of things. So it's important for all of us, I think, to be back in nature. We talked a little bit about the smaller number of staff and campers per session. So having, 9-ish campers per cabin instead of the full blown 16 that we normally do. And that will also allow the staff to be a tiny bit smaller, but we're also going to kind of look at them in a different way, and have some of them do some programming as well.
Yeah.
So,
And we know that, that, yes, it's going to look a little bit different. We might be wearing masks, there's not going to be as many of us there, but we know the root of camp remains the same. It's all about bringing people to camp, engaging with nature, being outside and being with our friends. So that has not changed.
the most important part in anything that we've tried to do over the last couple of years.
Okay,
How can you
so we
follow?
have, we always put this out there because that's just how it's good to get information out. There's activities out there. We do that every week. And then if you have questions, again, anything about those policies, we are going to open it up for a Q&A now, but let's say you get off our Q&A today and you're like, I should have asked these 8 questions. Please reach out to Lori and you can give us a call. Lori is a wealth of information, and we all work as a team. So we'll make sure that those questions are getting answered as fast as possible. And a lot of information can be found on our website now. We're working on. Liz has been excellent at updating all of the new information and trying to make that a little bit more accessible to everybody. So we are here for you.
Lori's also great, that she usually fields the questions. So if it's more of a program question, it goes to Mary. If it's more of a medical question or something overall, that ends up coming back to me. So she's really good about doing that part of it for us. So here we go.
So
We said a lot of stuff
we did.
very fast, like we
Very
always
quickly.
do. So we apologize if we sped through anything, but
But what questions do you have? What can we be clearer about? What are you curious about? What do you need from us? Or we were excellent? You can come right off.
you can
mute.
unmute yourself.
Yeah, so Martha, I think I saw you
Just
right
wanted
there.
to say thank you for just being so flexible and carrying on in such unprecedented times. And not only that, but adding all these creative programming ideas. It's amazing. And I know that my daughter Abby did participate in one of the Camp to You sessions, or a few different ones she signed up for. That was really helpful when she was, stuck at home for so long.
Yeah,
Well, thanks, Becky.
thank you.
Just
We
wanted to
couldn't-
really
we
say
couldn't just
thank
sit
you.
and not do anything. You know us. We just can't
Yeah,
sit there and just
it's
take it.
just amazing. I really don't have any questions. I'm eager to hear whether, Abby's going to accept in this year. But I don't really have any questions. It all sounds great and very exciting.
Great.
Awesome.
I have
Yeah.
a question.
Yeah,
I
go
have
ahead,
a
Martha. Yeah.
Yeah, again, thank you for everything you've been doing for our clients and stuff. It's really been remarkable. The Pine Tree to You has been
Yes.
awesome. Lacey loves it. Although she
Good.
does have quite a few t-shirts to dye.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll bring
Yeah.
them to camp.
Yes, we learned.
That's why we changed
didn't
things
do-
up this.
We didn't do
this
tie dye
past
this
summer.
year.
Yeah. We know
Well,
it's a
she
little
has
crazy.
a few in stock, so.
Perfect.
I do have a question about the masking.
Yeah.
Masking inside, I'm assuming that's when you're inside doing crafts and whatever. What is your plans for at nighttime, evening, when they're in the cabins?
Yeah.
What is your masking plan there?
If people are
And
in that,
sleeping.
right, if
Yeah.
people are in that common space, then definitely we'd want them to mask if they were sitting at the table in the common room, playing a game or chatting or whatever. Once you get into your bunk area, that's a place where people can sit and take their masks off, which is why we kind of kept the number low. And the same thing, there's often opportunities outside too, that we kind of are spaced enough that we can take a break. So we'll build that stuff in for sure. And so obviously sleeping, you wouldn't wear it. Those kinds of things on the boat, those types of things there's a possibility that you obviously wouldn't want people to go into the water with a mask on. So, those types of things that's where that is. Does that answer that, Martha, for you?
It does. I just
Okay.
was very curious about, the number of people that were going to be in the cabins. I mean, that was a concern for me.
Yeah.
Especially with the sleeping component. I mean.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
That's
that-
why we did do a little test run over February vacation, which was last week. Last week, was it? Joss, feels like it was a long time. We had 8 male campers in one cabin, and it seemed to work really well because that's just the right number to be able to kind of spread out in each of those. I know a lot of you know what the layout looks like, but there's those bunk areas that are, and it gives you plenty of space to still have that movement that you need. And we were really kind of like, a lot of times what happens is people are kind of coming together with people that they either live with, or especially for the adult sessions, so that makes it easier to kind of group people. We had 2 brothers, and then, but it still gave us plenty of space. It gave people plenty of time to take a break from the masking, at different times during the day. Rest hour is going to be one of those times. And so, there's plenty of opportunity to have that, but it still gives you that space that you need to sleep in and not have to worry about that. And I know that our biggest thing that we're happy about is that we have a great, all the camper cabins have a great HVAC system that circulates the air, which is what a lot of people have gone to trying to figure out how to put that in. And we had already done it for
You'd
camp.
already done it.
Yeah.
Now,
That was part of our upgrade when we did the camper cabins
Right.
over.
Oh, that was great. Great upgrade, by the way.
Yeah.
Will you providing some masks if campers run out of their own? And
Oh,
will
yeah.
they be will they be like a medical procedure, a KN or a 95? Do you know what you'll be having there?
So they probably like K95s, but we have tons of these still, like the medical, like surgical masks that we'll have on hand. Because we recognize that, especially, we've learned a lot over the past couple of years, and we know they get wet and they inevitably fall down, people lose them. So we are planning to have a ton. We also did recommend that, if people had a specific kind of mask they wanted to wear, that they did bring plenty of those with them. And especially even if they're like the washable ones, that's great. Lori's got, the
cord that holds them.
thing.
Yeah.
We have lots of options for people to keep track of that and for extras. Yes.
Will you be doing testing on staff and clients during camp session? I mean, asymptomatic or I imagine symptomatic, you certainly would.
For
But
sure, for that, we will test when people arrive, so it'll be part of the check-in process to do a rapid
so
antigen.
you are doing testing upon arrival?
Yes, yeah,
With the
at this
rapid-
point, we have
rapid test.
we became a lab for the, just like, we got a waiver, just like a lot of organizations did, camp did for sure. And so what we're doing that on for the last 2 years, we've been doing it. So, and we will test staff, and then we will test anybody that is even feeling.
So upon arrival, they're going to be tested. It's a rapid test, I would assume.
Yes,
Okay.
yep,
Well,
a
that's
rapid.
good.
Yep.
That good. That makes me
It's
feel
another
better, too.
layer, it's all about kind of putting all those layers of precaution in, just like we've been talking about for the last couple of years, but we feel like really confident and
Right.
it can happen anywhere, but we've been very fortunate to
Right.
try to
And
do
then-
as much as possible.
And then you test during the session as needed.
Absolutely. Yep.
As needed.
And I think it's going to take everybody being really cautious. And if if you're not feeling well before your camp session, I know it's horrible to miss it, but we really have to ask people to just be as cautious as possible. So if you've been exposed, if you've had someone that you live with is not feeling well, like really think about the fact that it's not just about you, it's about everybody that's at camp, that you could impact. So we're really asking people to kind of take that and really, do a good job with being responsible about that. And people have been great the last 2 years, really.
And we do, just as always, remember, we always plan for some sort of illness at any point of
Right.
camp anyway. So we have a really extensive policy in place. Our nurse is amazing. Our camp physician is always on call for us
We
to
have
be able to.
space in that
we
we
have
can
room.
that people can
Yeah.
can isolate in. So
Isolate.
we had all that in place even before COVID, and I keep saying when we started doing talks about it, and people were like, well, what are you doing to clean? I'm like, oh, we're crazy. We were kind of crazy cleaners anyway. We're always wiping, we're always doing stuff in the cabins. And the staff is trained to do that. So for what that's worth as well, that's where we're at.
We're
what
ready.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Sounds
feel pretty
good.
confident in it. Yeah.
Sounds great. And
Yeah.
again, thank you for what you've been doing. Again, I said, like the Pine Tree Camp to you, Lacey has thoroughly enjoyed that. So yeah, she's having a great time and she's looking forward to coming back to camp.
Good. We love that feedback. That was one of those programs that we had to really sell. They were like, what do you mean you're going to send a box at camp? And we're like, just trust us. Let us try it and show you what it looks like. So
Yeah, it's been great. Lacey has thoroughly enjoyed doing the crafts and the cooking and all the different things. And then the swag that you send out, she loves
Yeah.
that too. So yeah, it's been
Good.
great.
Dawn, are you guys doing Camp Cube this year?
there is one coming up in April. Yes.
I
Yeah,
think I'm signed up for that one.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think we
Perfect.
did see quite a few people have already
Yep,
come,
we
but
still
there's
have some openings,
spaces.
plenty of
Yeah.
openings for Camp TU for April. So yeah,
Because
it's a great way to stay connected to some friends and to kind of reconnect before the summer starts. So we're going to keep that, doing it twice a year. That's our goal anyway, to do one in December and one in April every year to really keep it going.
Yeah.
So we knew before COVID that we wanted to figure out how to connect everybody.
yeah,
So you won't be doing as many pint camps to you.
Right.
Yeah, not quite as many, but we are also, we've been super busy the past couple of weeks, so we try to at least every Wednesday have something on, whether it's online or it's on Zoom. We try to keep everybody engaged. It's also a really great opportunity for you all to start meeting our staff that come on. So keep an eye on that on our website and on Facebook. But even in addition, outside of those weeks, if you don't want to do a week of camp, every Wednesday, there's usually something that's up there to
yeah.
engage with. So,
okay.
yeah.
Yep. All right. Any
What-
other questions?
What other
and
questions
thoughts?
do you have?
I see. Emil, hi Emil. I see you waving.
Next year.
Hope that we open up.
What?
Go ahead. Go say what you're going to say, Amanda. I'm sorry.
Oh, oops, sorry.
What?
Do you have a question, Amanda?
Who would I get a hold of if I wanted to be a counselor for next year?
That would be that would be Mary or I. So just let us know and we'll talk about that offline with you in person. Okay.
Okay, can we stay on?
I actually have to go to one more meeting, but
Yes.
I will definitely connect with you. Okay. I'll shoot you
Okay.
off an email. All right.
Sorry, Dawn.
Oh, that's okay. No, don't be sorry.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Abby, great question. We do have the now adding to ask a question about the pine cone and adding the session for 12 to 16-year-olds. I would say apply to both. I think
Yeah.
the opportunities are there. And I think especially for that day camp program, if that's something you want to engage in, definitely apply to both because we still have room in both for sure,
Mhm.
especially in those kids sessions. So
Yes.
yes, please do.
And Lori and I do a lot of that finagling, who goes
Yeah.
where and what session when we get to that point and doing enrolling. So I'll remember.
Is a booster shot required?
We prefer that people would, yes, have a booster if they're eligible for one. Yeah. And we've required that of all of our staff as well as our permanent staff.
And in the past, we've gotten an email of, saying that the client is accepted into the thing, but we haven't seen anything. So how do I know?
Right. So Lori and I haven't enrolled yet. We're still working to make sure that we have everybody in the right spots and that we have good coverage for staffing and stuff. So by the end of the month is our target to do that. So no one's missed an email or anything because I haven't done any enrolling yet.
Okay.
So that, yeah,
Right.
Lori and I sent an email out last week, a big one that talked about that. So that it was in that information was there, but yes, we have not enrolled anyone yet. So hang tight and we will get there at the end of the month.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you be doing the online stuff?
Okay, great. Martha, did you have another question? I just saw you.
Yeah, I just was wondering, are you going to be offering sailing this summer?
We are not this summer. So we had a
Wow.
little bit, I know, we had a little bit of a change with our availability of our boat.
Mhm.
So that's one of the things we're working on this year to bring back for 2023. But we do have, again, because we've added all of those other programs, we also want to figure out how
We'll work
those
on-
kind of fit into our summer program schedule, and then we'll add sailing again in 2023 if we can find a good person to come in and do it for us.
But we do have an exciting 2 days worth of Adventure Day Pass programming in July
That's right.
that we are going to be offering adaptive water skiing.
Yes.
We've done it for the last couple of years. So if people want to do that in July, we have a group that comes up from an adaptive ski program that comes up from Connecticut and skis with us. So that's always a good time if people want to try a
Yeah,
different
that's-
water sport.
Yeah.
And we have sit
Sounds
skis,
great.
they have sit skis, they have a boom, they have all the different ways to get people up. So,
Yep.
So
That's
you
great.
got adaptive water skiing again?
yes, yep, we're gonna do 2 days of adaptive in July. So, yep, if people want to sign up, that they're gonna be Adventure Day Pass.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
good,
and
like-
we haven't quite finalized the details on that. So once we get it confirmed and the dates confirmed, Liz will probably include that in one of the newsletters for the weeklies to say that that's been added and people can add that to their application. Lori, I saw you on mute. Did you have a question for
Well,
us?
I'm just figuring this is the first time I Zoom.
Oh, you're
and
doing
I
a great
didn't realize-
job.
at first I couldn't hear you people.
Oh.
My neighbor had set me up on Zoom just this week, because I didn't even have the app on my iPad. And I had to call her. She came over.
You're
I
doing
couldn't hear
awesome.
you guys, but now I figured out how to be able to talk. I knew, but I missed the beginning, but I'm sure that everything sounds good though. I can see
Okay.
that.
Great, great.
You'll receive a recording of this, so if you want to go back and watch the beginning of it, you can.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll be a
okay.
link
good.
in your email. So when we'll
Oh,
send it out
good,
to
okay.
everybody.
Oh, you guys are gonna have
Pardon me?
the recording too?
Yes, yeah, we'll send it out to everybody. So,
Okay,
okay,
thank you.
awesome. Anybody else have any thoughts or questions? We don't want to keep everybody and we know we're going to send this out. So,
Oh, everything sounds good. Yeah.
okay, great.
I hope it'll be a great summer. Oh, my God. I
All
know.
right. Woo, fingers crossed. You know,
If that's not the sentiment right there,
I know,
I don't
right?
know what is.
I'm sure you've had a lot of headaches trying to figure, oh, my God, I know. It's been hard with this COVID, but
yeah,
we'll survive.
we'll get there. We'll get there. We just keep smiling, keep doing it. So,
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
thank you
all.
guys so much for jumping in and we'll
Thank you.
hope to see all of you real soon. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, thank
Have a
you.
good weekend.
Bye.
You
You too.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.